What is going on, everyone? This Houston Texans defense, led by head coach DeMeco Ryans, it's going to be elite. Let me know in the comments down below your expectations and goals for this Houston Texans defense, and where do you see them being ranked at the end of the season? I wanted to show you guys life before DeMeco Ryans. In 2022, the Lovie Smith-led Houston Texans defense was 30th in the NFL, allowing 379 yards a game. That is just horrible on the ground, giving up 170 yards per contest and a 5.1 yards per carry average to opposing running backs. Through the air, the Houston Texans gave up 209 yards and an 82.7 quarterback rating to opposing QBs. It was just not good for the Lovie Smith Houston Texans, but that was before this franchise turned around, before you got head coach DeMeco Ryans, CJ Stroud, Will Anderson Jr. Look at the improvement of just 1 year of DeMeco Ryans being in charge of the Houston Texans. Defensively, they were ranked 14th, allowing 330 yards per game on the ground, 96 yards a game, and gave up an average of 3.5 yards a carry to opposing running backs. So on the ground, the Houston Texans defense got significantly better. Through the air, they allowed 234 yards a game. That is just 25 more than last season, and gave up to opposing quarterbacks a QBR rating of 90. This was a significant jump in just 1 year. DeMeco Ryans, he brought in guys like Jimmy Ward to be the captain of this Houston Texans defense, linebacker Denzel Perryman, defensive tackles Hassan Ridgeway, Sheldon Rankins, Khalil Davis. Those names are not big names. However, they are contributed to this Houston Texans defense, taking a huge step forward in year one. That's why I am excited for year two of this Houston Texans defense led by DeMeco Ryans. If you are not in my Houston Texans Discord, what are you doing? Let me know if you wanted to be added in the comments down below, and I will personally send you the link. Welcome everyone to the 713 Houston Sportcast. My name is Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. And this episode is brought to you by my friends at Underdog Fantasy. Download the app, use my promo code 713HOU for a first-time welcome bonus deposit up to $100. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Now, when you look at the Houston Texans defensive line, there's about 40 sacks between these four players. Let's start with the edge rushers. One of them, Will Anderson Jr., the reigning defensive rookie of the year, the number 3 pick in the 2023 NFL draft. Look, his season was absolutely spectacular. However, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. What I mean by that, he only had 1 sack through the first 7 games. There was a lot of people questioning whether or not he could get to the quarterback. But during those 7 games, when he wasn't getting to the quarterback, he was being a force in the running game. Remember, he also blocked a field goal. The sacks came as the season went on. He had 6 sacks in his final 8 games to shore up the Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Look, I think Will Anderson Jr. is only going to continue to grow and get better. We brought in a veteran opposite of him in Danielle Hunter, who I just think is just going to open up a lot of opportunities for Will Anderson Jr. He was doubled a lot in his rookie year. You were not going to be able to do that with Danielle Hunter being on the other side. And when you look at Danielle Hunter's season, a Pro Bowl year, 83 combined tackles, 22 quarterback hits, 4 forced fumbles, and he had 16 and a half sacks, a career Hi, the Houston Texans gave Danielle Hunter a big 2-year, $49 million deal, 48 of it fully guaranteed. He took less money to come to the Houston Texans and help his hometown get its first ever Super Bowl. I expect Hunter to be a captain of this defensive line, a captain of the entire squad. And I think between him and Will Anderson Jr., we are going to see about 20 plus sacks. The Houston Texans will have a top 5 edge rushing duo in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you look at the interior of this defensive line for the Houston Texans, you will see 2 new starters. One of them, Khalil Davis, his first season with the Houston Texans this past year in 2023 after spending 2022 in the USFL. He appeared in 15 games for Houston, started one of them, was behind Sheldon Rankins, was behind Malik Collins. Right now, I think he is your penciled day 1 starter. With that being said, there should be some competition between Khalil Davis and whoever else is available at the defensive tackle spot. If the Houston Texans draft one, I could see them starting over Khalil Davis. However, his stats in 2023, his first year in the H, 32 combined tackles, 6 quarterback hits, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Look, he hasn't stopped playing football since his USFL days, man. I am happy that Khalil Davis returned to the Houston Texans, and maybe this is an opportunity for him to make a name for himself and find him a long-term home. The other starting defensive tackle, you brought him in there in free agency, Danico Autry, veteran. He's about 33 years old, and the Houston Texans will be his 3rd AFC South team. His stats in 23, 50 combined tackles, 17 quarterback hits, 12 tackles for loss, 11 and a half sacks, which was a career high for him. From 2018 to 2020, he spent 3 years with the Indianapolis Colts. From 2021 to 2023, spent 3 years with the Tennessee Titans. Now he is a Houston Texan, and this is a guy who is consistent at getting to the quarterback. 11 and a half sacks this year, 8 sacks last year, 9 sacks the year before, 7 and a half sacks the year prior. I should be expecting a 7 to 9 sack season from Danico Autry this year. He is going to have a lot of one-on-one opportunities with Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter being your 2 edges, and then you have Khalil Davis trying to make his name in the NFL. Look, this front 4 has an opportunity to be elite. And I think that's the type of play that you are going to see from this front 4. I am expecting around 40 to 50 sacks between these 4 players. And I am expecting them to be some of the reasons why we take over games and why we are dominant on the defensive side of the football. Ladies and gentlemen, this front 4 should have you excited. It should strike fear in opposing quarterbacks. Let me know your thoughts on Will Anderson Jr., Khalil Davis, Danico Autry, and Danielle Hunter. For more Houston Texans content, you guys feel free to follow me for more. Go Houston. Have a very blessed day.